I would now like to invite Amir Sahab to the podium to say a few words about Ahmad Raza Sahab. Amir Sahab, as many of us know, is a scientist in his own standing. He works at NIH right now, but I also know that he has a great taste for the finer things of life, the music and the art and the literature. Amir Sahab.
Thank you so much, Dr. Atiya Khan, for those kind words. Some are probably not so deserved. Thank you also for inviting me to say a few words about Raza Sahab. Indeed, it's a privilege. You know, life is a strange phenomenon. We go through the life most of the time, sailing through, and many times not appreciating or realizing the friends, family members, associates we encounter through this journey, and their value or the contributions they made to our happiness and well-being. Many of us, in probably digress, went to Aligarh Muslim University, also spent many years there, probably not very much aware or appreciative at that time the values that institution infused in us, lasting, immortal, probably. And Raza Sahab embodied many of those values. And somebody in that booklet, I think when you have the time in the project to look at it, you'll see, I think very aptly remarked or commented that he was the personification of Eastern gentleman, perfect gentleman. And that defined his personality very well. My own interaction and acquaintance with him was coincidental. And about 18 years ago, as I had written in that piece, it so happened that we had a common friend, long since dead, Masood Rizvi. We had moved recently from Boston to this area. I didn't really know too many people. And one afternoon, one early autumn evening, we had a call from Raza Sahab that he wanted to bring somebody to meet us. And we were surprised to find that he came to our house with these friends whom we had known in Boston for many years, Masood Rizvi and his wife. And that way, Mrs. Shakila Raza and Raza Sahab, that was our first introduction. And we were pleased and delighted to meet this couple, very refined, very polished, very socially apt. And after that, we really didn't have very much interaction for a long time until I got a little bit more involved with Aligarh Association, which is the association in which all my early education and actually graduate education was for many long years, 8 years. And there I realized that he was always active, and one special characteristic he had is very unassuming, humble, and he never tried to push anything. And he had very wisely chosen one special area for his pursuit, full dedication, and that was the scholarship committee. Instead of getting involved with all kinds of things and diluting his effort, he was very prudently decided that that was his field. And that way, he was on a miniature scale the model of Sir Sayyid Ahmad Khan, who was also, beside other things, but he had also focused his attention on bringing the education to the illiterate Muslim masses and Indian masses, and respective of that. And he followed that, and Sir Sayyid had no shame in going to any length to ask for money and contributions. Anybody who was willing to contribute towards his efforts of establishing the university college, MAO college, he was willing to do it, including sometimes playing a joker or somebody as on a theater. He was known to show up as an actor just to contribute money. And Raza Sahab also was willing to call up anybody, write anybody, inviting them to contribute towards that effort. So I was very impressed with that, and he will always leave this important mark in our memory. The contribution which he has made towards that effort will always stay with us. He is not obviously with us, but he is one of those people who leave a marking impression on when they leave, which we all will. Thank you.
कल भी सादिक साहब ने एक दफ़ा मजलिस में पढ़ा था कि अगर किसी इंसान को पहचानना चाहो, अगर किसी इंसान को सचमुच में जानना हो, तो या उसकी बीवी से पूछें और या उसके काम करने वालों के साथ वालों से। हमारे दरमियान बहुत से वो लोग हैं जिनके साथ अहमद रज़ा साहब ने काम किया और जिन्होंने अहमद रज़ा साहब के साथ काम किया। इस वक्त मैं शर्मा जी से कहूँगी कि वो आकर अहमद रज़ा साहब के बारे में 2-3 मिनट सिर्फ बताएं हम लोगों को कि वो किस तरह के कॉलीग थे आपके।
It's really a privilege for me to be here, and especially I would like to thank Mrs. Raza, Amir Bhai and Simi to say a few words about Dr. Raza. That's how he looked when I saw him first in '89 when he came to IMF. It was really a pleasure to be, it was a pleasant pleasure for me to be around him because he was such a gentleman and also very humble. Humble in the sense, I just will give you a small example. Normally you write your signature, something you do, it leaves some impression. But in this case, when he writes so softly, you can hardly see impression. That made me realize how much humble the gentleman is. And first thing what happened was normally when you come to Washington, you need few things. And my wife would vouch for that. He needed a small kettle. He loves tea, you know. So we'll take him to different stores, different malls, plenty of malls, plenty of stores. He wanted a specific kettle, which only he knew which he wanted, we didn't know. So we went with him here, there, everywhere, no kettle. We can't find kettle for him. One final day, he chose one kettle. I told my wife, please grab it, because if you don't do it now, this young man will take us, I don't know how many places to buy that kettle. That tells you how much, taste he had, how much quality-minded he was. Then one more thing that comes to my mind is, he was in hospital. See the sense of humor. He's lying in a bed, and she like he has just entered, or maybe she was there, and I also entered Aruna, and he says very jokingly and checked in his eye. The shade is like this, as you know very well, you know. उनके आने से चेहरे पे नूर आ जाता है, वो समझते हैं बीमार का हाल अच्छा है. So I heard this thing, I think this man is lying on the bed and thinking like this, just to cheer his wife up and cheer me up. That was really amazing. And then on we became friends, and now we are part of family. So saying a few things about him and learning and remembering things about him, it's amazing. Also, very vivid, I remember one thing, that was his passion for this alumni, the Aligarh Alumni thing. Before he retired, he worked tirelessly on this project. And what he did, I don't know. But we came out, see, the result is all here. We are here. Just remembering him. I think that's enough for me to say to you all. Thank you all for coming here.